Hey everyone, I wanted to give an updated pedalboard video. Some things are the same, some things have changed. One of the biggest changes is just everything is now on this Creation pedalboard. This is a flat board, it's a 24 by 16. I also have this mag latch riser is what's called by Fix pedalboards. So let's basically just get through the signal flow and then we'll get into some sounds and applications. So I have my guitar going into this junction box by Fix pedalboards, straight into the Layla volume pedal, and then into the Cali 76, where it then goes into the Mastermind PBC 6X. And then I have some pedals in the loops. I have the Duke of Tone by MXR, then the Nano Pog, I believe is what it is, by Electro Harmonics, the Greer Lightspeed, JHS Morning Glory, JHS Kilt, the Strymon LCAP is next. I have, this is a Mission Engineering 2-button foot switch, a Peterson mini strobe tuner. Then I have the Strymon Zuma and Ojai. And then on top here I have the Mercury X, Strymon Timeline, and the Strymon Mobius. So let's get into some sounds. I'll start with the typical, here's my clean tone. I'm playing a Fender American Standard Telecaster, and I'm running into a Divided by 13 FTR 37 and a Deluxe Reverb hand-wired. Both of those have a Shure SM57, and the Divided by 13 also has a Royer 121, and that is going through an API 3124 mic pre. All right, so here's my clean sound. Cool. Add some compression, just kind of evens things out, gives a little bit of boost. Alright, so the way that I utilize the PBC 6X is I have presets, I have secondary presets. Each one of these buttons can act as a secondary preset, and they can also act as a hold button, a momentary switch, so I can have them be a momentary switch that adds whatever I want at any point. So here's the clean sound. Basically what this is it's the Greer Lightspeed, just like on a very low, just to kind of push it a little bit. Then I have the Strymon LCAP as an dotted eighth, and then the Strymon Timeline as an eighth note delay, and sometimes I'll just take this off. This is the tape setting on the Strymon Timeline. And then the Mercury X, I'm using Jimmy Riggs preset. This is the Gravity, the medium preset, I guess. So this is what that sounds like. Right, so the secondary preset is what it's going to do is it's going to change this to a Cathedra reverb, and then it's going to make this a digital delay, dotted eighth, and then it's going to take the LCAP out, still having the light speed in. So it just kind of gives a little bit more percussive delay, just a little bit more articulation. Cool. Moving on. So with any of these presets, I have these, they're called button pages. So I can come in here and I can control, like I have one set up for the Mercury X, one set up for the Timeline. So I access the Mercury X the most. So here I can come in and I can switch between all my different reverbs on the fly if I want to. So this one, I'm going to take these delays off. This is a hall reverb. So this is a Cathedra, like a kind of lighter. It's still a lot of reverb. Okay, this is the Cathedra, which you heard earlier. Big Gravity preset. This is also a Jimmy Riggs preset. I'll use this a lot for like ambient stuff, like swells and then just washed out things. So this. So I'll add delays and things like that. So usually I'll use that, like my ambient sound is this. It's that reverb with a reverse delay and then also the dotted eighth L cap. So it's a lot. It can kind of get out of hand sometimes. The other thing I'll do is instead of like swells, I'll just roll the tone off on my guitar and do some picking stuff. I have to be very careful not to hit the string too hard, otherwise it just gets way out of hand. Okay, so we're going to add some gain, so we're going to add the Morning Glory. I'm just going to take off all this stuff so we can hear what it sounds like on its own. Okay, so of course with delay and reverb. That's that sound. So like I said, secondary functions are things I use a lot, right? Holding this down to add in the pog, which of course adds the octave, but there's also this thing that it does. It kind of, I don't know if it's just the nature of it pushing the amp or what it does, but it kind of even just makes it sound like there's even a little bit more drive on there. So sometimes when I add that in, just kind of kicks it up a little bit. Right, so that's that sound. Go to the next drive setting. This adds in the kilt, and all this is pretty low gain, but just pushing the volume. So that's what this is what this sounds like. Adding in the octave, which I love doing this. If I tap this the second time, this is my secondary preset, which is going to engage the red remote on the kilt. Then I just love adding this pog in here. It just sounds great. has that kind of wild, out of hand sound. So a lot of times I'll just use that for my lead sound. I do have a secondary lead sound which has a different reverb. So I'll use like a plate reverb. Let's see what that sounds like. And honestly, I mean, this is just fun to jam on. Like, so let me go back to Praise and Worship World. Right, adding in delays and reverbs and. So if that's not enough gain, I can always, you know, add gain by, you know, going to my pedals and just engaging those in manually. I think I was actually recording something else earlier and I just had a different setting on here. I think I normally use the distortion. Let's see. Yeah, that feels better. Okay, some other things. Let me go back to Clean World. I have some presets or some MIDI CC toggle functions I can send to my delays, reverbs, and Strymon Mobius. So here, I don't know if you can see this, right? I can engage like a chorus. I also have one for vibrato and one for the destroyer. So chorus. Right, we all know modulation's in right now. Vibrato. And then I use the destroyer for a more like just subtle sound. Okay, what else do we have? If I wanted to, I think I mentioned at the beginning, if I have my clean sound, I have my eighth and dotted eighth delays. So I can quickly, obviously I could either just hit that right there, but before I had a riser that was a lot more difficult, so I wanted to program a bypass function on the timeline so I could easily get that out just in case the delays got too crazy. And then, what else do we have? So on the PBC6X, I can come in here and go to this extras. This will control my loops, my timeline, I believe. Yeah, so my timeline. And then this is, what is this? Red remote. So I can do that. I don't remember. Oh, so and then I just wanted this cool one-off sound. I probably saw like Jake Fowler or Jimmy Briggs doing this. Just kind of like no delay, just like reverb. It was kind of like that micro pitch sound, but you know, that thing. And I think the way that I have that set up is like I can just go to, if I have a big sound, I can just go and kick that on. Yeah, so it keeps all my drives and stuff. No, let's try that again. Cool. I love that. What else do we have? sometimes this thing is amazing. If y'all have never checked out the Mastermind stuff, there's a bunch of other great stuff too, like the Morningstar stuff is awesome too. Do some research on this stuff. It definitely takes, it's a learning curve, but it's well worth it. Just trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything. So the crazy thing is I only have like 3 button pages on here, like 3 different pages where I have access to things. But I mean, you can go up to 16 pages. So, and it's just amazing what this pedal can do. All right, so I'll just play a little bit more, just have some fun with some sounds. Forgot to mention this, but this Mission Engineering foot switch, what I'm using it for currently is to go between songs, and then in the editor of the Mastermind PBC, what I do is I just put the tempo for the song, and then it just sends MIDI clock to all my MIDI devices. All right, so thanks for watching. Any questions you have, just put them down in the comments. Please like and subscribe, and see you next time.